National Puerto Rican Bar Association, established to meet the question on a national basis: what is Puerto Rico? A nation, a state, or something in between? Join the conversation every week right here.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Tony Suarez. I am chairman of the Puerto Rican Bar Association National Conference. And with me is Steve Alsina, my co host on Equal Justice, Divine Justice, and Raw Talk. And we are here to discuss today equal justice. And rather than go into a new topic, as we have done almost every week, I want to talk today about the upcoming, because we're only 7 weeks away from the upcoming competition, moot court competition and conference of the National Puerto Rican Bar. So I thought it would be interesting to first talk about what is the conference and what we're talking about when I talk about the National Puerto Rican Bar Association conference. And what we're talking about, Steve, is for the first time we're getting together the Puerto Rican Bar of New York, the Puerto Rican Bar Association of Illinois, the Puerto Rican Bar Association of Florida, and the Puerto Rican Bar Association of Puerto Rico. So there are four Puerto Rican bars associations that concentrate on the issue of Puerto Rico. Now, obviously, the laws of each county, of each state is different, but what we have in common as two things is that we all have an affiliation to the island, even if you're born away from the island, and you're concerned about the question of the political status of Puerto Rico. Now, why would you be concerned about the political status of Puerto Rico? Because for those of you who are listening who don't know, Puerto Ricans on the island do not have the same status as American citizens as the Puerto Ricans and all Americans who are living on the mainland. So what does that mean, the status? Well, for example, they can be drafted and sent to Iraq, Iran,
Yeah, tell me about it.
but they cannot vote for the person that's sending them there, nor do they have any voice in Congress. They can actually vote for or against any particular bill. They cannot participate in democracy. So every American should be offended by that. And Puerto Rico is still a colony even after its occupation in 1898. So the Puerto Rican Bar Associations, while they concentrate on what's happening in Illinois or New York or Florida or Puerto Rico, that's their main concern. The secondary concern is what's happening on a national basis to American citizens' rights, constitutional rights, and particularly this very unique status that Puerto Rico has among the properties of the United States. So that's why we have this conference. So we get together, and of course, almost every Puerto Rican family has someone on the island and someone living in Chicago or someone living in New York. So as an opportunity from a legal profession to enhance each other, for us to work with each other and enhance our practices. Well, you have a client that comes to me living in Orlando, but that has a problem in Puerto Rico. I already know who to call, right?
Exactly.
And so that kind of that's enhancement. Among the things that we do, and we'll do several. I'm going to get that to in a minute. Is we get together and we have an event to get to know each other. Then we have continuing education classes. That means that all lawyers in all different states have to continue to study. You can't stop graduated 20 years ago and expect that you can still be a lawyer. They require us to have continuous education throughout the years. So we offer continuing education courses. What's interesting, Steve, is these courses are taught by our own people. All right? So in other words, for a young lawyer who wants to become known as an expert, he can prepare a lesson plan, and if we look at his work and we feel him qualified, we'll prepare a CLE course that he will be able to teach, and then he becomes the expert, and he can use that to enhance his career. Right?
Cool.
I don't have to get a constitutional law expert from Harvard to do a CLE. Tony Suarez from Florida A&M Law School,
Can
constitutional
you
law, I can teach it.
can you explain to those who don't understand what a CLE is, please?
Right. CLE is continuing legal education.
Okay.
Some, like real estate, is called a CE, continuing
Yeah.
education. But CLE is continuing legal education. Right. So we can offer continuing legal education CLEs using experts within our own bar associations to enhance the reputations of those lawyers who are interested in doing something like that, right?
And all these classes are accredited by the Bar Association.
Right, and that's these classes are accredited by the Bar Association, Steve. And so, and by the way, now you mentioned it, they are free for non-lawyers. Okay,
Thank you.
L'chaim. So they're free for non-lawyers, but lawyers have to pay because we have an obligation. And by the
And
way,
what is the cost, Anthony?
actually for lawyers is $200. That includes the dinner, the award ceremony, and 3 classes. So it's very, very inexpensive because we usually pay about $75 to $100 a credit. So you're going to get 6 credits if you attend. 3 classes, a total of 6 credits. So that's important. You know, it's a good saving. It's a deal for the lawyer. It's a good deal for the bar associations to get involved.
So it's 2 credits per class.
Right.
There's 3 classes, and the cost of everything for attorneys is $200, everything included. That's not a bad deal.
That's right. That's right.
That is very, very, very good.
So then on top of that, if that wasn't enough of an objective and ambitious as it is, what we do, we're holding on Friday night, we're having a political salsa. For those of us who are old enough to know when I was very active politically, that was something that I invented a couple of years back in order to create what's called a local platform for the local politicians to meet the Latino Puerto Rican community and for the Puerto Rican and Latino community to meet the candidates who are looking for their votes. It's called hobnobs. So now everybody does hobnobs. A lot of places do hobnobs, but we've been doing this for many, many years. And it's specifically geared to turn out the Latino Puerto Rican vote, right? So on Friday night, we have a hobnob. And then on Saturday night, we will be having the moot court competitions award ceremony. So during the day, while everyone else is taking classes and everybody else is networking, exchanging ideas, and meeting people, the law students who are coming and participating in this competition, it's like a tournament, you know?
Okay.
I call it competition. It's a tournament. It's a tournament, a moot court tournament. And so just like basketball, you know, you got and FIFA, right? You're gonna have A school against B school and C school against D school. Then they switch around and they all argue a point of law in front of judges. And when they do that, they will have an opportunity to hone their skills for the future. They're gonna be videotaped, so they're gonna get nervous. They're gonna be asked questions by the judge. You know, boom, 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 boom. And so they have to be ready. So it's good for them. But on top of that, there are many moot court competitions, there are many court tournaments in the country. But this is the only one where the only issue is Puerto Rico. All right? And we force the students to enter into the study of the territorial clause and that part that no one studies in the United States. But yesterday I was speaking to the president of the Puerto Rican Bar of Puerto Rico, right?
Okay.
And I was telling her how, you know, in here in the States, no one studies the territorial clause because it's, you know, it's irrelevant. We have so many. The course is 2 semesters, okay? It's a 2-semester course. The casebook itself is more than 1,500 pages. It's a very intense course. So no one studied the territorial clause because the cases are few. But, you know, so you study the First Amendment, Second Amendment, 10th Amendment, it says Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment. You know, the structure, you know, there's so much to do within the regular Constitution that the territorial clause, like your emoluments clause and some of the things that we discussed in other shows, that is not taken up in courses on the mainland. But in Puerto Rico, it's very important, she told me. No, we cover that real detail. So, well, I'm glad you do, but we don't. Okay, so what happens is because Puerto Rico does not have the ability, Steve, right, to solve its problems, its political problem, because it has to come from Congress. Then, so someone from Iowa, someone from Illinois, has more rights over the future of Puerto Rico than Puerto Ricans. So imagine, look at this. You can come from Pakistan, come to the United States, become a citizen, move to Montana. You have more power over the future of Puerto Rico than the Puerto Ricans living on the island.
That's pretty bad.
Huh?
That is not good.
So
And it's been like that for a while.
it's
So
100 since 1898. So now, what we're trying to do with MUCORT is to create young people to force to study the territorial clause. So when they become judges in the future, they become legislators in the future, you now have a cadre of people who have learned at least something. At least one time they took one course in law school about this issue, and they will be somewhat familiar with it in the future. So, what is the MUCORT conference? It's a conference of bar leaders. It's continuing legal education. It is a networking event. It is a political salsa platform, for engagement with the community, and it is a moot court competition on a national basis. So it's a very ambitious 2-day event. So let's look at the calendar, Stephen, and you and I can then discuss it. See, what's interesting here, Steve, is that the very first day, Friday, we will start in the federal courthouse. We have been able to obtain the cooperation of the federal district court judges, and they've allowed us. We have 3 courtrooms, of course, if we need them, depending on how many students actually register for the tournament. We have 3 courtrooms in the federal courthouse, and the federal judge is going to sit on the bench listening to their stuff. How about that?
that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
So that's a good one. I can't hear you, Steve.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Somehow you got cut off.
I got cut off.
All right. So
Continue.
I'll keep talking as we're going. So at 10 o'clock in the morning up to no later than 5, because they told us at the courthouse they'll throw us out of the building at 5 o'clock. So we're going to have competition. That means you'll have Florida A&M against Barry. And then you'll have, University of Illinois versus Syracuse. And then they'll flip sides. And they'll, be 1 against 3 and 3 against 4 and 5 against 7. And they go on arguing the same case, but before different judges with different opposition. And then sometimes they're the plaintiff and sometimes they're the defendant. Okay? And they get scored. That's how the judges will score them. And we have judges that judge score their briefs, the written work, judges that would score their oral work, the presentation in front of the judges, and they get scores, and they get all the scores will be compilated, and then just like in the Olympics where they get that was a 10, that was an 8, that was a
so you can't.
So they get the scores, and at the end we give this award. Oops, not that award. What happened to you here? That's not the award. That's not what I wanted. What happened? We got disconnected.
We did?
My award that I won. I something happened to the one. It disappeared on me. The award. All right. Well, so far we give awards. Okay. Now that's another thing, but it doesn't have the awards. It somehow got disappeared. We give awards for first place in briefs, first place in oral, first place overall, and then the second place overall. So the teams compete. That will be, let's go back to this one. That will be on Friday and Saturday. We start in the federal courthouse and we end up in the ceremony. We have a courthouse in the law school. There's a beautiful courtroom in the law school, and the finals will be in the law school. All right?
Yes.
Now, on Friday night is political salsa. And that is, as indicated, in the school. It's a beautiful school, the way it's all set up. We will have tables set up for all the people who are looking for the support of the Latino community. And we will invite the Latino community to the school. That is free, Steve. All right? So people can come there and watch and talk to, guys who want to become judges, people who want to become clerks, people who want to become senators, things like that. And they get an opportunity to talk to these to the people who are looking for their vote, and then vote. We're going to have a voting, a ballot
Oh, really?
that day. So we're going to give out a ballot. When you register to come in, you'll get a ballot, and you'll be able to make your choice of who to vote for. Okay?
Awesome.
So that's going to be fun, and we're going to have music there as well. I got a DJ coming in for that evening, and so that's going to be fun. Okay? That's that Saturday. We go back to the moot court Saturday morning. As indicated, the competition will be inside the law school. At the same time, while the law school, we're doing the competitions, and the schools are doing their litigation, we will be having classrooms for the lawyers who are coming for the CLEs, continuing education. Now, Steve, we're doing 3 different classes. All right. I should have showed it up. We're going to do you know what? You talk for a bit and ask me some questions while I get the videos up.
Okay.
For this, okay.
So let me see if I
can't
get
hear you,
this.
Steve.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay.
No.
Apparently I lost you.
I don't understand.
Somewhere
I'll just keep on talking just in case it comes up. Okay.
Let's see. I'll keep trying.
Okay. On Friday.
I cannot hear you.
10 o'clock in the morning, we're going to be
All
in
right.
the moot.
So let me just continue on with this conversation. Those of you who are interested, here's what we'll be doing at the end. We have the September 18th. This is open for those people who just want to have some music. That we're going to have, of course, that people will always dance. Some people don't dance, but we'll have dance music. We'll have a DJ with music, a cantante. Beautiful Melissa Rodriguez will be performing that day. And you can purchase those tickets just for that. That ticket is $103. And you get the show. You get this, watch the kids come up and get the award. You see the awards in the hands of the young lady. And she was from FAMU Law School on the first event. And she won that award that year. You see the award. It's a garita, right? It's a glass award with una garita. And so
cool.
If you're interested in that, you can come in and for $100 and purchase a ticket to that event. Now, so I urge you to join us for that. If you want to buy those tickets, you have to go to our website. So you see the on the bottom of the screen, you see our website, prbanationalconference.com. You go there, and then you'll see the webpage out, and then there's a tab at the top that says events. You go to events, and at the events, you drop down and you can buy tickets right there, right?
That is cool. So can you hear me?
That's one way. You can participate for free by taking classes if you're not a lawyer. You can participate for free by watching the law students talk about Puerto Rico and argue the case about Puerto Rico. On 3, you can come in and join the party at the end to watch the excitement and exhilaration as these kids get announced, who's going to win, what awards are going to win. So it's a wonderful event. Every year is really, really nice. I urge you to come and participate. And mind you, all the donations go to enhancing the conference, all right? We have no employees. It's just me and my volunteers. So all the money goes to enhancing the concept of promoting the concept of Puerto Rico. So I urge you to join us and spread this around. Tell people that this what's going on and enjoy it. So, all right, Steve. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I have preparations here, and this is this little moot court. I prepared several years ago for the very first one, which we did in St. Augustine, Florida, and that it was a beautiful event. It was really nicely done, and we discussed, of course, what is moot court. And I'm going to do a new one for this coming one in Orlando. But I wanted to show it to people because that's how we started. The first one was St. Augustine in 2013. We did 2013, 14, 15, and 16, and then we were off for 10 years until now. So now we're redoing our thing after 10 years of being laying forward. But I think, and the issue, of course, hasn't been resolved. So you had Fordham University, Barry, you see, University of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and FAMU were the first participants in the first moot court competition. Those were our judges from Florida and New York that came down. We have a commemorative coin. I have 5 commemorative coins for sale, and there's the best brief award for the type of award that we get. So this is a nice explanation of some of the work that we're doing in the moot court competition and the conference. So I urge you all to join us. Look at PRBAnationalconference.com. Look at our website. It's a lot of stuff there. You get to see all the things that we've done over the years, and if you're interested in joining something like this, and there are lots of groups out there. There are a lot of Puerto Rican groups out there, a lot of Latino groups, a lot of civil rights groups. So our the way we perceive the national conference is a separate corporation, but it's not a bar association per se. We are dedicated just to putting the conference together. And we do different events like the moot court and the CLEs, different things. But your organization may qualify. You may want to join us because you're interested in the issue, and we can try to do something where together we accomplish your goals and our goals, enhancing the culture, enhancing education, or enhancing civil rights. And that's our purpose. And hope if it's your purpose, then you can either join us and we can join us together for next year's conference.
And I think that
All
is
right. So that being said, I can't hear you, Steve, and I already have a sore throat. So I think what we'll do is end the show right here, okay? And until we figure out our technical problems. And I want to thank all of you for joining me today. And God bless. Bye bye.
I don't understand.